So, I shouldn't be really making this type of video at all, but I felt like I needed to make it just to get it off my chest, because, it's, and oh yeah, sorry if I sound, weird or anything. I've been sick at the time of this recording, been sick for about 4 days with a common cold. It originally had tonsillitis, and then it switched over to a common cold. So, yeah. But anywho, in today's video, whenever I upload this, which is more like gonna probably be the next day after recording, maybe two, depends. Which I'll put when it was recorded in the description. I was having a chat with a friend, and I was letting the friends know that hey, like Tenrai event's back for Halo Infinite, and they automatically told me saying that they're giving up on that game because of, I understand some complaints as it is, but but when she was saying about her opinion about like saying it was like 343 went downhill, I automatically flipped out because I am so sick and tired of reading and hearing that, of any type of comments that are like that. That's old comment ever since, God, let's go back to like MCC, I should say, if not Halo 5. No, MCC, because MCC came out before Halo 5. Or even, hell, even maybe Halo 4, So, so in this video, I'm kind of going to be explaining this and this, and might go a couple off topics on the subject, because I am going to explain, it's not easy for, like, I never made games, or made mods for certain the games, so I can imagine it's very hard. But anywho, let's get into the topic of it though, of like, the 343 isn't really the bad villain here, but it's us that is bashing them negatively. Yes, I understand they don't want to go to like the old school scenario, but then again, you gotta evolve it over time, which is understandable. And I rather play classic a lot. That's why a lot of times when I see the button option layouts, regardless if it's Halo 5, regardless if it's Halo Infinite, regardless, any Halo game, I try to keep it as the original controls as possible. But when I play Halo 5 or Halo Infinite, I prefer to play my controls straight up as near as possible to the classic control schemes, because that was where I was more comfortable with. Because I tried playing like, how I play like in Destiny. I played COD a little bit, not a whole lot. And those just weren't clicking in for me on for Halo 5 and Halo Infinite, so I'm like, let's go back to in the old-fashioned way how I used to play it. Which didn't bother me. I didn't mind some of the new mechanics. I didn't mind. But Halo 5, the one thing I really hated about the mechanics was, you didn't have the armor abilities. You didn't have those abilities to switch. So like how, it was introduced in... Now, a lot of people are probably going to say, oh, but Equipments was introduced in, like, Halo 2. Wrong, no. Equipments, in swapping Equipments was introduced in Halo 2. Not Halo 2, Halo 3. That's when it was originally introduced. Then you got Halo Reach, that still had the Equipments, but a little bit different. It's not like, it's a one-time use, okay, that's it. No, it was actually a temporary thing to use, and you could swap out of it if you wanted to, which was very good on gameplay. I'm not gonna lie. Some people prefers playing support, some people prefers playing as this and this. Which I preferred that. I didn't mind having a bubble shield to heal people. Didn't mind that. I loved it. Then you have Halo 4. Still brought back the Equipment switches uses, which was very, very good. I loved it. And then, but then when Halo 5 came around, they removed that function. And I hated it. I hated it with a passion. Though I didn't stop hating Halo. I didn't start hating Halo at all. Like, I love Halo. Halo was the game I grew up with. And guess what? It's not going to matter if Bungie made it, or it's not going to matter if 343 made it. Honestly, MCC, 343 didn't make that. They just took the Bungie games, ported it all in one, Of course, they did revamp CE and Halo 2 to have anniversary, which would be nice if, Halo 3 at least got an anniversary graphics including ODST. But, we beggars can't be choosers. So, and not only that, probably been a little more hard. Still looks good to this day, regardless, including Halo Reach and Halo 4. And Halo 4, like I said, brought a lot of cool stuff as well, like Spartan Ops. I love Spartan Ops. So where did 343 fucked up there? Where did they fuck up there? And they were bringing that up into like certain time content. And that was over time. Especially when you have the first half of Spartan Ops being free. Oh wait, sorry, no, I don't think it was free. Yeah, first half was free. And I think the second half was to pay for. If not, I could be wrong. This is on the OG version of Halo 4 being 360. I know, I feel like I'm a millennial, which, I should be feeling like that because I played every single damn one when I was growing up. As a childhood. And, what else? And then, of course, they made Halo Wars 2. Loved it. Loved how the story went. I hate how there was a lack of stuff, though, in the skirmish. Which, I'm more used to how Halo Wars 1 was, where you had, like, AI bases in skirmish. That wasn't the other faction, the other team. To where you had to get rid of that so you can get resource and be able to claim it. I preferred, but, it didn't really bother me much. As long as there was good matches, that's all I counted. I didn't mind that. But otherwise, like, we all need to stop saying 343 is the bad guy. 343 is not the bad guy. Sure, they're making the game regardless if it's money or not, but they are also doing it because they love Halo 2. Like, why would they put in the time and effort to go and experiment, like, oh, let's go make Halo Nightfall, Halo Forward Unto the Dawn, show, which at the time they used to be episodes. Now, you can buy it as a full-fledged movie. And, like, why did they go out of their way and make that? And why they went and go out of their way to make, what the hell is that board game it's called? Halo Warfleets or something like that? Basically where you get to see all the ships that was in Halo. Which I know probably there's a lot of ship lore people for Halo that likes that. Has it. Likes looking at the models. Which, the only way I found out about the other ships was playing, Sins of the Solar Empire Rebellion of the Halo mod, known as Sins of the Prophets. And it was pretty cool to see all these other ships, ranging from the Halo 3's frigate, Halo 2's frigate, and Halo Reach's frigate. You see all the different variety of the frigates. And then you got, like, all these other type of ships. And I loved it. And like, there's so much that 343 has done. You all want to go say it's a piece of shit company. They want to be assholes, not actually read the things. I honestly feel that. There's times I feel like they don't read my feedbacks. There is times I do feel like that. But guess what? You want to hear something interesting? Some of the members actually in 343 are actually ex-Bungie employees. And here's something a lot of people don't know about. In Halo Reach, when Bungie left, Bungie did one DLC. One DLC. Then after that, they left Halo. And guess who provided the other two DLCs for Halo Reach? Was the Defiant map packs and the Anniversary map pack. 343 did. And you can literally see their logo is on it. Because that was their trademark. That was their very first Halo, to be honest. Even though it was mostly made by Bungie. And Bungie provided at least one DLC before parting ways to Destiny. Which, and I remember reading a lot of people who say, oh, I'd rather have Bungie to come back. Guess what? I got newsflash for you. Bungie is never going to come back, nor they will ever will, and hopefully they never do. Here's why. And for you Halo fans, that is like me, used to say a lot of certain games like, oh, I don't want to go play it. Like, well, guess what one of those games were? I didn't want to go play Destiny. Didn't want to play Destiny 1. Didn't want to play Destiny 2. I did go eventually back into 360 days. Did go back over to play Destiny on a demo to try it. I actually met a really good person, you know, and we were talking for a good while. But I'll tell you what, in Destiny 2, you want to hear the recent shit that they've been doing? For you Halo fans that has not been playing, that has never played Destiny at all, I have played Destiny. I played Destiny 2 when it first came out, or at least sometime right after it came out. I played it in year 1, and I played the betas because my nephews bugged the hell out of me to play it with them. You want to hear what they did? They're actually taking out content, and the content I'm going to be referring to is story content. So in Destiny 2, back when year 1 came out, Destiny 2 had the Red War. That was the very first campaign, the very beginning of the story of Destiny 2. And then you had the expansion campaigns being, as in DLCs, being, I'm going to forget this in order, I think it was Curse of Osiris. Then it was Warmind. Then we had Forsaken. Now, I'm going to tell you something. Back when they started doing this vault, and I think it was a year ago, they started vaulting content, ranging with certain maps, planets, so like places we can go explore. Like, let's see, I'm going to try to remember these as close as possible. Being Mercury, Titan, Io, Mars, which they actually re-brought back Mars for this DLC campaign, except it's not the areas that we can go to. It's like a little camp, that's it. And that was the Witch Queen DLC. But they vaulted, let's see, with last year they vaulted the, they vaulted campaigns being the Red War, Curse of Osiris, and the Warmind campaign DLCs. They were good DLCs except for Curse of Osiris, you know, but they were pretty good DLCs for the one campaign at least. Had a really cool story. Loves, and you know, I'm more of good for if it has a good story, good gameplay, good gunplay, whatever. All those kind of fit in. All right, that's my type of game. I like it. You know, I don't mind if there's grinding you have to do in it. Like, I just want the good contents in there. Being like good story, good gameplay. So I don't care about lack of content. I just care about if it sells it. Meaning, you sold me on the good story, you sold me on the good gameplay, you sold me on the good this and this. Now, there's always going to be bumps and issues. Regardless. It doesn't matter if it's a live service game or it's not a live service game. There's always going to be bumps and issues. And for people that saying, oh yeah, like, Bungie never fucked up. They have fucked up. They fucked up on a lot of Halos before. If that was the case, they should have made the damn Halo 2 Jackal Sniper so fucking OP on Legendary. If that was the case. To where, you know, you get sniped in the head immediately. Just as soon as you see them. You didn't even hit anybody and they just see you. And boom. Get straight headshot continuously. That's one thing I did not like that Bungie did not do. Because regardless if Bungie was on a crunch time, didn't matter. That's something that they can't fix easily in Halo 2 being classic on the Xbox originals. Because back in those days before Xbox Live came out, guess how they had to do it? They would have to do this whole codings and such into the game itself. And then have to ship new discs with the fixed inputs. That was the only way you can get any fixed scenario back in those days. Before, you know, Xbox Live, PlayStation Network, whatever other online gaming service came about to where, you know, it downloaded updates onto like PlayStation 3s, Xbox 360s, list can go on. What y'all are doing is you don't want to realize, like, They got their own lives too. I understand this, and a lot of this shit ain't gonna be solved all in one day. And I feel what you guys are saying, and gals. Now, I know this might affect my channel because I'm saying out what is the truth. And not every time they're gonna be able to get to it right away. I don't automatically say they're a bad guy. I said, boy, I wish they could do this better. I wish they could actually acknowledge the fact that if they read my feedback. That is the only thing I kind of would like them to acknowledge, to be honest. But, and if they want to be open with the community, they need to start talking to the community, asking about the issues. And here's another thing. I'm about to jump myself to subjects. Now, I remember used to seeing a lot of people saying, oh man, if I was in charge of making Halo, I would have made it so good. It wouldn't even take this long. Guess what? You're wrong on that one. Because I can tell you right now, people that have spent their dedicated time of making mods in Halo, it actually takes a whole lot longer. Whether if it's the first-person shooter, RTS, even if it's on another game, just to make it as a Halo feel-based, it takes time. It does not happen all in one day, doesn't happen all 1 week. It takes time. It's like me making this video. It's taking me time. I'm trying to figure out what pieces, my old clips, I want to use. And especially how I'm trying to lay this down. Because I'm all doing it right off the raw. Don't have anything what people would do. They have a script. This is all based on honesty. So you can look at me be the villain, whatever. Don't care. I'm just saying these opinions. I'm saying what is true. If this is the case, I'm not going and bashing on 343, I'm at least glad 343 is at least doing the old school scenario mostly, and then bringing some, new mechanics, which I don't mind. Like I said, Halo 5, I didn't like with some of the mechanics they brought in. And not only that, then reducing the amount of customization. Like, sure, Infinite, we have some of that reduced customizations, but at least we could change all our fucking armor pieces, which I'm happy about. Though, I feel everybody's there about saying it should be cross-cord. It doesn't bother me. I don't mind if it's like a simple lock version, or if it is cross. Hopefully it does go to cross. It might go to cross next season. Who knows? But what I'm saying is, you gotta stop treating 343 like the bad guy here. And I would not want Bungie to come back in to work on Halo if they're all prioritizing of like, hey, we're gonna be removing content like story. If they didn't remove story content, like have its own playlist or its own selection, then that would have been fine. Because here's what I'm gonna say this right now. Since they're removing content, like they removed Cade 6. So Cade 6 is no longer in the tower. And they also removed the other social area known as the farm. Which the farm was been in there since year 1. And then not only that, they fucking did a lot of things where it's really hard to get now. To where it's hard to infuse gear now. So you need like, because they kept evolving that over time. And I hated it. Like, I loved it when it first came out in year 1. It only costed its material being Glimmer, if I recall. Now they changed to where now you need this and this. Now you need it as upgrade material. Upgrade module, which is a little hard to get at times. Especially if you're buying it from a vendor, because you need a certain currencies. Which one of them is very hard to get. And that's enhanced prisms. They're a little hard to get. No, enhanced cores. It's either enhanced cores or enhanced prisms, one of the two. They're a little hard to get. And I'm no person to do raids. I'm no person to do trials or dungeons. But, as long as there's a good story, I will enjoy the story. I'm fine with it. But what else is there? And then there's I'm no longer interested in doing PvP in Destiny 2, where I used to be a real fucking beast in it. Because after I took a big break from it, I came back from not playing Destiny 2 and PvP. Because like I said, back in the day, I used to be real damn good. to where I hop into the PvP scenario, it is complete garbage. It is so broken. And you think Bungie is going to fix that? No. So, you all saying you want Bungie to come and fix this. Come into Halo and fix this. Honestly, I wouldn't even want Bungie to come back into Halo if they're keeping shit broken over in Destiny. And with you guys saying that, hey, you all should stop playing Halo Infinite so 343 then can fix it because it gives them the attention. That's not the way it works. The way it works is you give them feedback. And you keep giving them feedback. Whether if it's a positive feedback, a negativity feedback, or it's a request type feedback, you know. And that was the whole point with Halo Insider Program. Even though Halo Insider Programs, they don't have, which is one of them is being me, because I have participated in the Insider flights, being some builds being in Halo MCC. I was definitely grateful to be invited for Halo 3s, because I went and freaking tested the campaign a lot, because I had more familiarities with that campaign, ranging from dialogues, you know, basically is playing like a non-stop person and that loves enjoying it, replaying it. I will always replay it and I always make sure this and this is working. And if I notice something's really a problem, I automatically write down reports of it and I let 343 know on that. This is even after flights happened to where it's on the retail version of MCC. Now back to what I was saying about, you know, it's a little hard, you know, to make. Look at the mods then, you know, for Halo MCC, for these two videos that, you know, old videos I have, probably going switching back and forth, being Halo Reach's Extinction mod and Halo 3's Arcbound mod. That is not easy. And the developer of it, known as Rejected Shotgun, he actually posts live streams of him actually making his mods. And now with, you know, mod tools actually in Halo 3, he's doing it more, and it shows how much complication it is. So with y'all saying, "Oh, I would have made it a whole lot better," no, you wouldn't. You probably would, but it'd take you over 100 hours to do, because, or hell, maybe even months. Because how long you have to actually study the thing? How long you have to actually make sure you don't fuck it up? Because if you fuck it up, you have to restart the whole damn thing from scratch. And then there's like the mod developer for Halo Wars Definitive Edition, the mod I love showing off, the All the Units mod. That developer tells me it's kind of boring to them of actually doing the mod, and it burns them out because they have to look at all these numbers. They have to do all of these codings, and so it can actually start working. You know, and I can imagine for like, you know, like when Halo custom editions came out, you know, that was probably a very fucking big ass challenge. And that was a collection of a lot of people that actually went and worked on the thing and then had to host the servers. You know? And then same with like Sins of the Solar Empire Rebellion for the Sins of the Prophet Halo mod. They had to do a lot of fucking balancings. Sure, it wasn't perfect. They had to keep improving it over time. And you all act like, you know, they should have had it right day one, or they should have had more content. Guess what? I'm going to tell you something. Not every Halo game had all this content. You're going to say, oh, Halo's been in Forge for a long time. I can tell you when Halo was in Forge. Halo was in Forge at Halo 3. Halo 1, Halo 2 did not have Forge. And guess what? It didn't really have that many maps. It had like probably about 20 maps in each game. And we have, let's see here, we have a few maps in Halo, whatchamacallit, in Halo Infinite. And guess what? Yes, there's a vehicle that's removed. I'm hoping it makes its way back in. You know, I'm hoping a lot of stuff gets changed. But it's going to happen over time. It's not going to happen right on the blue. Because you have a lot of things that they're trying to focus on. They're focusing on all this stuff, which is understandable. Every game, you know, scenario has to do that. Though they have to get their things kind of straight, you know. Like, I understand all the other complaints, but the only thing I'm just getting tired of seeing every time is saying that it went downhill ever since 343 took over. I'll tell you guys, you're dead wrong on that one. Because, you know what? 343 did not need to make us anything else. They didn't need to make us a Halo 4 to continue Chief's adventure. Yo. Because always happened, what happened to Chief right after, you know, the legendary ending? Then we always want to know what the hell happened. Guess who fucking pulled that off? 343. They pulled that off. Because we wanted to know what happened to Chief at the end of Halo 3. And we at least get to play it sometime after Halo 3's event. Then what else? They didn't need to make us Halo 5. They didn't need to make us a collection game then. Where it's basically a launcher, I should say. Being Halo Master Chief Collection. To have, you know, Halo CE, Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo ODST, Halo 4, and Halo Reach. They did not need to make us this. Otherwise, if they didn't make us this, guess what we wouldn't have? We wouldn't have these type of mods. Being Halo Reach, Arcbound, Halo Reach Extinction, Halo 3 Arcbound, and all these other cool mods on the PC version. Especially with mod tools now being added. You all act like 343 wants to be the bad guy, when in reality they really don't. But, you know, there's some of its employees do act like the bad guys. Like, I was watching somebody's kill clip, and one of the members in 343's team, I don't know which team it was, they were automatically busting on balls and saying this guy's so trash when I'm actually watching this guy's clip. And there was this desyncing hit detection to where I actually saw it actually hit, but it wasn't giving him the kill. This is on a Halo 3 on MCC, keep in mind. And they're laughing saying, oh, he's pushed up against a wall, oh, he's trash. Like, honestly, that guy should have been fired. Because they were addressing a concerned issue, and they laughed it off, shrugging it like saying it was nothing. At least that worker did. I don't know if they resolved it. And besides, they have all these other things apparently planned. Like, I can't wait for Halo 3 of ODST when the update hits for, you know, when we get Flood Firefight. Which, you know, I was hoping that would have been sooner, but no, well. But anyways, but they also didn't need to give us then Halo 5 or even the live action films like Forward Unto Dawn or even Nightfall. They didn't need to give us that then as well, including Halo Wars 2. They didn't need to give us that either, or even the Spartan Assault and Spartan Strike. They didn't need to give us those. We could have just been left as a cliffhanger at the end of Halo 3. That would have been it. We wouldn't have no anniversary games of Halo CE or Halo 2. It'd be nice if we had Halo 3, but oh well. And give 343 this chance as it is. Like, Joseph Staten is back as it is. They're trying their best, even though it's not going the way they're planning. And guess what? Like I said, they could have not just gave us any other Halo games. And y'all are bugging 343 to have Halo 5 on the PC. That's never going to happen, though it might happen eventually. I'm just getting sick and tired of hearing, oh, they have a bad track record. I don't care if they have a bad track record. I don't care if you're all saying that they're going downhill. You're all pointing them like they're the bad guy and like Bungie never did anything wrong in Halo. Honestly, they have. And I'm even mentioning they're doing a lot of other things that's bad right now. Especially in Destiny. So you guys might want to rethink that one. I'm sorry for this long video. I'm just not happy of having to say it and have to get this off my chest. But guess what? I understand when it first went downhill was when it actually happened, was actually Halo 5. When they didn't have no split screen co-op. That's when they started really going downhill. And then, of course, didn't really have much content right at the start, but they slowly brought that in because they were still working on it. That's the reason why, after Halo 5 was totally done with content updates, meaning they're adding new content, being they got done adding Forge and such. Guess what? That was the whole reason why they automatically then initiated the Halo Insider program, to have players like us to come and actually test it and then drop feedbacks for the stuff that's being worked in progress to actually come right on in. Guess what? At MCC, we didn't really have Forge come in, unless we did. No, we did have Forge, but we didn't have the updated version that they were saying we were going to get. We didn't get that until Halo Reach, and I think Halo 4. Yeah, when Halo 4 came out with Reach as well. That was the time when they automatically released then the updated Forge, once Halo 3, 4, and Reach was out. Because then that's when we got the updated Forge, and then over time they gave us new maps in Halo 3, etc. And y'all act like they're doing a lot of things wrong. Honestly, they're trying to make redemptions as it is. Whether if Joseph Staten, like he said, he saved it. And guess what? He would have delayed the game more further. But guess what? Microsoft is more likely, no. Go and send it. Send the game out how it is, so we can make some money. It was already disappointing that it didn't come out the initial plan it was supposed to. Which I understand why it was delayed. Even though I didn't really care about the stuff of the issues like, pop-ins. Guess what? There was always pop-in issues. Halo is not meant as its graphics. It's meant as its story. It's meant as its gameplay. It's meant as its nostalgia. And I don't mind graphics, but that's something y'all are forgetting. And sure, yes. And then y'all get so complaining about, dry content. Guess what? There's a lot of games that do dry content, and and you remember that old video I made that fucking aged pretty well, of where I said that the whole game wasn't gonna be coming out until December 8th, to where they revealed that surprise launch of its beta stage. Remember that? Did I feel good about myself making that video? No. It was a surprise launch, and I didn't see it. But alright, well, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I'm just sorry I had made this long amount of video being 30 minutes. 33 minutes, 34. It's just something I had to get off my chest and something I had to address. And I know there's going to be a lot of people that's not going to agree with all this topic, and rather go skimming right through. I'm not going to timestamp this, so you might as well please watch this all the way through. Even if you have to re-listen to it, that's fine. But I'm just saying is, stop putting 343 as the bad guy. I understand there's some workers that we don't like, that how they treated the community so far, like how Postums did, and some employees that went and actually reviewed the thing, but of some people's clips, and they automatically call them trash and shit when it's an actual issue they're trying to show them, and can't get that right through their head. Alright, well, I'm sorry I made this long a video, like I said. I hope you all enjoy your day or night, whenever you watch. Hopefully you agree with what I'm saying. And like I said, if you don't believe me on the Destiny 2 part, I'm pretty sure Raz should be watching this video. He will actually explain all that stuff down below, because he plays Destiny 2 a lot. Played a lot longer than me. So, alright, well, see y'all later.